Looks like the mic is on.
All right.
It looks like that's okay.
The mic is on. Lift up. Let's make sure that we're okay.
Oh, what's it doing? There we go.
Shit.
Move that up.
Meow.
Hi, Jack. Come here. You want a cookie?
Come here, big boy.
Oh, I was going to give him a little treat.
Okay, hold on to it.
Well, here, when you're done,
Hi,
you can give him the treat.
Hi, big boy. Hey, big boy.
Here you go, buddy. Here, Jackie, over here. There you go. That way you're on camera a little bit.
Amanda
People will see your tail.
Amanda and Gary in the house.
So this is very rare. This is Jack, one of our crypt kitties, and Jack is the most shyest, fraidy cat in the whole wide world.
Coming out of his shell.
And he's being a little social right now.
Oh, the bone jangle.
Usually he's like in his little safe space hiding. He's coming out, hanging out, and he's very treat motivated. So I gave him treats, and he's like, okay, I'll stay.
Yeah. He likes attention. Look at another cat.
Yeah, we've got people here. Jonathan Jackson, Wiki Bobby, Bone Jangler, Benny, Gary. Hey, guys. So I was listening to, we're going to start this up in a minute. We'll give everybody a minute to creep on in.
All right.
There are YouTube channels that have America Top 40? America's Top 40. The Casey Kasem. The Casey Kasem radio shows where they would go over the top 40 pop songs.
Yeah.
And I think they used to play it like on a Saturday morning.
My Casey Kasem sounds like Sulu, like George Takei. Hi, this is Casey Kasem. Two. Oh fuck! I like the when he swears. I mean, there's a bunch of outtakes.
All the outtakes
of Casey Kasem flying off the handle, going nuts.
But it's so I had fun. When I was getting the computer and everything set up earlier, I was listening to part of America's Top 40, the top 40 hits from 1984.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
84.
Yeah, we were in 1984, but
you
they
were
have different.
1 year old by then.
Yeah.
Close. Whenever.
I was.
Depending on when.
I was very small then.
Yeah. Wow. I was very old then.
Older, but not.
Well.
You're still a kid. Bargain Barons is here.
I had pubes. What are you talking about? I was like 15.
Okay, you don't have to share every detail with the internet. Jeez. Bargain Barons is here, and we did get your package. We will open it on our next show, guys.
That's true. We did get it.
Thank you so much.
Don't mind me. I'm hungry for some reason. I don't know why.
Because we haven't had dinner yet.
So hungry.
And it's close to dinner time. All right, guys. So we're going to start our podcast. Hey, everybody. I'm Janet, the mummy.
And I'm James, the monkey.
And welcome to
Living the Scream. Oh, do it.
Okay. Living the Scream. Eek!
The behind the scenes of The Mummy and the Monkey. And I got to get into this.
We're so it's been
the behind the scenes of The Mummy and the Monkey's Harry Scary Hangout horror hosted show that we broadcast usually Friday nights from around 8:45 to 11 p.m. We haven't done it the last couple weeks because of stuff and things going on. We'll get into all that. And also this show, we deal with our eBay and reselling excursions.
Yes.
And how we're making a living putting food on the table, in this case, Doritos and pretzels. And
Doritos and pretzels are pretty good.
Tea on the table. That's right.
You've got iced tea. I've got green tea.
Oh, and cheese cubes.
But it's cooled down, so it's not like boiling hot. I let it cool down in the summertime because, too hot.
I don't like how our feet get cut off. It's just kind of the designer in me, like the cropping is.
Well,
weird.
Here, should I?
Well, you could do that. No one cares about my legs, so sure, go right ahead.
You've got Crocs on?
What? Yeah.
Crocs.
Yeah. They're comfortable.
I just threw on these slip-ons.
I don't wear them out in public, just at home.
Dead Skeleton Show is here. Amanda Childers, Wiki Bobby. Cool.
Yeah, lots of folks out there.
Woohoo!
Yes, I'm being rude eating.
So what do we want to talk about first?
Like snack toys.
So probably.
I guess maybe talk about
what's going on.
Yeah. In our personal lives, as much as we want to disclose. But my mother is 79 years old and has been living with us, for the past 5 years? Has it been
about 5 years? Yeah.
And the whole goal for me was to, because I lived out of town for quite a while, for about 10 years, But I ultimately wanted to come back to be able to take care of her when she needed it, as she's getting into her waning years. And yeah, so it's we're there. I mean, we're there with that, and I'm happy that I was able to get a home, a house, and and able to do this for her.
And we had a spare room, and she was in this little apartment and was having issues with the apartment and the landlord, and we're like, well,
yeah, bogus stuff.
I guess you can move in with us. We'll help you.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's
and now
like
fast forward to today.
Yeah.
As time goes on, people are older. They need more help.
Yeah.
So this year, she's been needing more help, especially
than usual. Yeah.
Yeah, more than usual. A couple years ago, we used to be able to go out of town for a day or two and she'd be okay.
Yeah.
We can't leave her home alone all day.
No, it's just there's all kinds of issues, but for the most part she's in good health. You know what I mean? I say that.
Her mind is pretty sharp.
Yeah, all that's there.
Yeah, her mind's there. It's just the body. The body's getting weaker.
Not complying with the rest of her wishes. And what she used to do. Lots of interesting things. We don't have to get into too much detail, but there's one big thing that, and I'm not putting anybody down or trying to, tell people how to live their lives, but she is a lifelong smoker. She's been smoking since she was like 16 or maybe even a little bit younger, but definitely around that time. And it's caught up with her, let's put it that way. But not to the extent where if she...
Well, we don't know yet, technically.
We don't know. There's something
she
we
has
don't
some
know.
follow-up appointments that will go into more detail.
This is all just kind of happening,
but there's things that need checked out because of the smoking.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. Multiple things, because it affects more than just one thing. Because your body's like a machine, right? And everything is sort of connected to itself.
There's multiple layers there. So last week was a very challenging week.
Yes.
We wanted to make sure she's okay, and we were just, going back and forth to the hospital and talking with the doctors and nurses there.
What just been an ER visit turned into like a 4-day hospital stay, 4.5 day. Yeah. And it was it is what it is. We've been there before with some stuff, but but it's just interesting now. But some good things have kind of happened. I mean, she hasn't smoked since I think her last cigarette was last Friday.
So,
but as soon she didn't smoke for that whole week because she was in the hospital. But as soon as she got home, she wanted one, and she did. And we let her have one, and then that was it. Then we just got rid of them, and she's been, I'm surprisingly, yeah. I mean,
so
I thought
far,
she'd be like the Exorcist, when she didn't have
flip out,
but no.
Have a tantrum or a fit.
Yeah, because I've seen that before,
where she gets mean,
and that's just like waiting can you wait a few hours for me to get your cigarette? No, you had to have them. Couldn't wait an hour. So, anyway, yeah, but it's like I know a lot of people are dealing with these things now, or taking care of an elderly, parent or relative.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that try to help take care of their relatives.
It's that time in my life for sure, where that could be a thing, and and it is, and we're dealing with it, and I appreciate all the support. We did put some stuff on Facebook, updating people, and asking for words of encouragement for my mom and all that, and we appreciate all of those things that came through and still keep coming through. It's very much appreciated. So thank you all out there who dropped a line and let us and we read them all to her in the hospital. We sat with her for a while, and we read all that stuff off Facebook, and she was really touched by it. So thank you.
Yeah, you guys have been very sweet, very nice. So thank you for the nice comments and words of encouragement. And we did read a lot of the comments to his mother, and she was just very touched by knowing people were being so caring. And I think that might help encourage her to continue to keep going, because I think the farther she's away from that habit, I think the easier it'll be for her to just not want it anymore, and
that's usually how it works. You give enough time, just smoke again, it's really tough. I smoked for about 10 years of my life. I don't know why. I started late. I started like in my late 20s for some reason. I picked up the habit. And I smoked for about 10 or 11 years, and I just cold turkey quit. I'm so happy I did for lots of different reasons. But, so it can be done. I mean, you know, I don't crave them.
And a lot of our fans have written to us saying, you know, that some of them have quit after smoking for a long time. And, you know, and it was tough for them, but they got through it.
Yeah.
And, you know, they said, well, if I could get through it, then Mama Monkey can too. Then your mom can too. So.
Yeah, bargain barons. Yeah, smoking it is a brutal addiction, and because it's more than just the chemical, it's the behavioral and the routine. You know, so it's just. But then it's like you find other stuff to do with your life. I mean, lots of people don't smoke. What are they doing with their time? You know, you just have to adjust to that.
Because we're hoping that once she gets past this and we have these follow-up appointments, that she'll be okay enough to have some more good senior days, you know, where she doesn't have that smoke stuff going on, where she's not going through all that.
Well, it'll just worsen things to the point where, you know, if you don't croak from a coughing fit, what do? You humanely put someone on oxygen or something like that, and then people still continue to smoke.
Oh my gosh.
It's nuts.
It's so bad. And then, you know, we didn't allow it in the house, but she would go on the back porch, and then there was a whole thing. We were afraid of her falling when going outside because she has had a few falls. So it was, and then you know, the secondhand part of it, like, I'd be outside and she's puffing away, and I'm like, well, I need to go back into the house. I don't want to be breathing that in.
It's to the point too where, and this is stuff I'm noticing now when I go into like certain like drugstores or whatever, that they have to places that sell cigarettes. There's like federal laws that mandate them to have these signs up, and it's not just the smoking is hazardous to your health and can cause birth defects and that, but one thing talks about secondhand smoke, like there's no safe amount of secondhand smoke, things like that. So it's not even if you don't smoke, if you're around people that smoke, it could affect you. It probably won't, but you know, but I'm sure some people can be, depending on each person.
Yeah.
Right. But
Roman's here. Hi, Roman. He says, "Hello, everyone. Hopefully your mom feels better." Yeah, she is. She is feeling better than what she was feeling last week.
Not out of the woods yet, but definitely.
You haven't heard her wheezing anymore, have you?
No, not as much. I do hear it, but it wasn't anywhere near the way it was before all this went down.
Yeah, she was wheezing really bad and short of breath, and that's what made us take her to the ER.
Yeah, I mean, she's not. You know, you're bad to your body; it'll be bad back to you.
So it was scary.
And not to get preachy and turn this into some sort of anti-smoking thing. The reason I did quit, which I thought was interesting to me, was because I liked it. That's why I quit. It was like being in a bad relationship, though an abusive one, to where, yes, I love that person, but they're beating me, and one day I'm not going to get up, from the beating. So I got to go. That's how I felt about cigarettes,
I'm going to close.
Yeah, she's up singing or something. That's good, though. But anyway.
She's been I noticed she's got like a little more energy.
A little more energy, yes.
Yeah.
And
she was playing Elvis music at like 7 this morning.
Yeah, she's a spitfire.
I'm waking
sometimes.
up trying to have my coffee, and she's blasting Elvis music. It was funny.
Yeah, she's definitely got a lot of pep in her. That's for sure. That's how she's always been.
Yeah.
It's just that she doesn't need other stuff, and it's getting to the point where, why go through? And that's like with this, and we can kind of stop talking about it, but. When you go get treatments for stuff, what's the point if you're going to keep doing something that's going to exacerbate that reason you're going? It's like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, but she's starting to,
she's okay. She's home with us. She has some follow-up appointments, so we won't know anything more until she has some more tests done and more appointments done.
I'm trying to be as positive as I can. We're not yelling at her. Nothing like that. You're not beating her over the head with that. That's the hard part, is not to be too preachy and things like that. The context obviously is that we're coming at her from a loving position, but it can get preachy, and so there's like a fine line there. So.
Sometimes you get frustrated and you say things because you care.
Yeah,
because it's like, what the hell are you doing? Stop it.
But but people don't want to be reminded of the things. So
but then they don't. But some people don't want to. It might be
like you said, keep it. And I to me, this is mind blowing. This is the longest I've ever seen her without being somewhere and not smoke. And it's crazy, but it's almost like a dream. It's weird, and to not smell it all the time and
because. Yeah, I used to run. I haven't ran it much actually. I used to run an air purifier every day because it follows you even though you're smoking outside. It will follow you from the outside into the house, and you would smell it sometimes.
Oh yeah,
in the house.
But
so
it's something she does. It's not who she is.
Right.
That's why I think about things like that.
Right, and it's like you just want people to be good and be better.
I know, and I think we all do that with people. We kind of cherry pick the stuff we like about a person and the stuff we don't like about them. It's but I do know my mom very. Obviously I know the real her, and the smoking. If you take that away, it's not who she is. She's still there.
Good. I'm glad she is.
Whoever she is, it's not the cigarettes. It's just a
Fluff Chick Productions sent us sent the Mummy and the Monkey. They gifted a channel membership to John Arvey. So that's awesome. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah.
And thank you to our channel members. Because of all the stuff going on, I haven't put out any channel member exclusive videos in a few weeks.
Excuses.
And I need to get back to doing that. We're trying to get back to doing our normal routines.
How come he's standing like a bulldog, Earl? Look at him. He's just a little. Look at him.
He's
right?
He's trying to be a bully.
So, yeah, he's definitely got this really. One of our youngest cat, Earl.
Earl's a bully.
He's standing almost like a bull. You see him with the little chest puffed out.
His little chest puffed out.
He's ready to attack. Who was that? Louie over there?
That's Jack. It's okay, Jack. You're safe.
Lordy. Anyway, so
he bullies Jack all the time, and that's why Jack runs and hides.
So thanks again for the support and all the kind words and the prayers and the good vibes. Like I said, it meant a lot, and it still does. So thank you.
So thank you guys, and
Mama Monkeys thanks you as well, all of you.
Yeah. So we missed hosting a show. We missed 2 weeks. We missed our routine. Hey, hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Real life happening right here. Never a dull moment, I tell you. Leave that door open, I guess. Everybody loses their mind around here. Cats, what's the matter with cats today?
Oh my goodness.
Turn this into a musical.
Sorry, guys.
That was not a sound effect. That was
really the cats making that sound effect.
That was the real deal.
Yeah.
Like a Halloween record. In the background.
All right. Earl's fur is all puffed out, like a Halloween cat.
There's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. Welcome to the Monster membership.
Cool.
Yeah, we do have exclusive videos for the channel members. We haven't put out anything in a few weeks, but we will pretty soon.
Yeah, we haven't
in the near future.
We haven't been to church either to see Rachel on Sunday. We have to get back to church too.
To church.
Yeah, church. But we missed that place too. But we still go there.
We haven't gone there in a while. We've been checking out some of the.
There's been a lot of yard sales and flea markets.
Yard sales and flea markets, the outdoor stuff. We've been looking for stuff at those places, and we found some good things.
Ooh, boy.
But we can't do that and do the other thrift place. So, yeah. But we'll go back there soon and look.
Not all in one day anyway.
No.
I would love to try to do that. But
that'd be too much in one day.
I could do it. I know I could do it. So anyway, you want to talk about thrifting, or you want to talk about Mummy Monkey?
Let's talk about thrifty stuff.
Okay, that's pretty big.
Thrifty stuff.
Okay.
eBay sales and things like that.
No.
So my sales are down 20%.
Mine were down 33%. I don't know.
I think it's this.
They say that, but
people are saying it's like, the summer slowdown. But when I looked at my numbers from last summer, they were higher.
Listen, so you're telling me.
Maybe I'm not having the right things for sale. I don't know. Maybe people aren't spending as much right now.
No, I don't believe that. Can I say why?
Okay.
And I'm not being mean to her. So all the people that leave comments about how I cut you off and I'm mean to you, we're having a conversation, right? When you've listed, I'm shocked. Like last night, I listed a couple of Weebles, like the Weeble toys. They sold overnight.
Did they wobble?
The Weebles wobble and they don't fall down. But so I think technically, if it's possible to list things that would sell right away. You just have to be good at. That's the good part. Mm-hmm. I don't think people go, well, I'm not going to buy something because it's summer. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, Roman put up a good point. He says this week may be slow because of 4th of July weekend, maybe. Where instead of shopping for collectibles online, they're maybe buying their picnic stuff for their grill.
Understood.
Stuff that they're going to be doing outside. Their fireworks.
I got to get the propane and propane
their
accessories.
Bug spray. Yeah.
Propane and propane accessories.
I heard they're making new episodes of King of the Hill.
Why?
I'm going to have to see that at some point.
Will Bobby be a grown man?
I don't know. I loved the original cartoon, King of the Hill. It was funny. It was really dorky, but funny.
I didn't get. I love what's his name? That Judd.
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge, who
he made Beavis and Butthead, and I loved Beavis and Butthead.
And of course,
I still do.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead's great, and of course the writer and director of what's it called? Inbred. What's that movie we like with the
Idiocracy?
Idiocracy.
Oh, that movie's hilarious.
Oh.
That's all I'll say about that.
I could talk all day about that.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
It's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave.
It's what plants crave.
Brownie.
Okay. Now, what were you going to say?
Brondy. I don't even know. I'm just
continue back to your
my lips are flapping.
eBay thoughts.
Oh. But I think it's possible to list, depending on what it is, several things a day that could sell that same day.
Yeah, I mean, it could be what we're listing, and I know a lot of the things I do have are long tail.
Like all your winter jackets you've been listing this week are not selling. I don't know why.
I wasn't listing.
I'm joking.
I know.
It's a joke.
But it's funny you say that because I have a stack of sweaters and scarves I need to list, but I'm like, it's summer. Who's going to buy this now? So
Someone in Alaska, where it's always cold?
It's like 70 there right now.
Well,
or 60.
In the day, but
anyway.
at night.
But I'll list that closer to the end of summer. The cold weather stuff. But what were you gonna?
I don't know. We're just talking. We're just having a conversation.
Okay.
So
our sales are down right now, but we are still selling some good things. We're still finding some good things. Then I've been going through my old inventory. Like I went through maybe 3 or 4 bins the past couple of days trying to get back into the eBay thing after the mom situation.
Yeah.
And like I got rid of several boxes of stuff. Like I pulled from those bins and I was able to cut down from 4 bins to 2.
Good.
Because it was like, I'm like looking at this and I'm like, it's sat on eBay for how many days?
Right.
Do I end the listing and click sell similar and try to repost it? Or do I say, just move on and donate it?
Just look to see if there's any recent solds. And if there's not, then probably get rid of it.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff I got rid of and I was like, what was I thinking? Why did I leave that? Why did I let that sit on eBay for 1,000 days?
Yeah, you just adjust the price. If it's sold, if you find some solds recently, adjust the price to maybe, like you said, a couple dollars less than the other guys.
Right.
And then put it up for a while and let it see what happens. And you did sell some stuff like that.
I did. So some stuff was worth saving. So some things I'm like, well, this piece of milk glass is really cool, but maybe my price was too high. So I did, like some things I went in and lowered the price, double checked the shipping. Like some items had priority mail shipping, which is more expensive than Ground Advantage. So I'm like, why did I have it set to priority? So I changed it to Ground Advantage in hopes that it would be lower shipping for the shoppers.
And I can't tell you how many things I found that didn't have shipping on it.
That's because a few years ago, USPS changed. They got rid of regular first-class mail and called everything either Ground Advantage or priority mail. Because for the longest time, for years and years, anything that was under £1 was considered first-class mail, and it had a lower first-class rate. Then they changed it, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, to USPS Ground Advantage.
Yeah, and Roman's got some cheery news about the USPS.
Oh, I'll read that in a little bit.
Ay.
So, yeah. And then when they made that change, all of my items that were listed with shipping that had first-class shipping, the shipping was taken off. Like the items weren't being seen because they had no shipping on there.
That's right.
So it was just sort of in limbo in like eBay purgatory somewhere,
So if
not being seen by shoppers.
So if there's no shipping on the item, it doesn't show up? Or people can't find it?
I don't think it was found, because the year they did that, I remember there was 1 month where my sales dropped drastically, and I was going nuts. I'm like, what is going on? And then when I went in to look at some of my listings, it didn't have shipping. So I had tons of items. Tons of like little jewelry items, little tiny Barbie things, little accessories. I had to go in and check every item to make sure it had shipping.
Dang it.
Where other websites, I guess at the time, Etsy automatically adjusted the shipping for people.
Yeah.
With eBay, no, they couldn't be that convenient for us.
I probably have hundreds of items that don't have shipping.
Yeah, you have to go in and fix that.
I'm trying. I went through a little box.
Go through a bin at a time, a bin a day,
and in that bin there were multiple things that didn't have shipping.
Where it's like a decent item, but no one saw it, no one bought it. Yeah. It didn't have the shipping.
Or if it doesn't, I don't know how to know.
Or they saw it and there's no option for shipping, and they just went to buy something else. I don't know how that worked, but it obviously affected something.
Did you get any returns?
Lately, no. There's some more comments here.
Oh, Roman said the USPS, the rates are going to go up in the middle of July.
Increasing fees on postage middle of July.
Great.
It will be their second price increase this year. Yeah, that's too much. Oh, speaking of that, Roman, it's good you brought that up. FedEx recently, I think it was like a fabric. It was a vintage fabric that I sold. I had it folded up, put in like a bubble mailer. The FedEx rate was actually priced $2 lower than the USPS rate.
What?
And usually for something like that, like a shirt or fabric or something like that where it goes in a bubble mailer envelope, I can ship it USPS Ground Advantage. But FedEx actually had some cheaper rates recently. So I'm hoping if USPS keeps screwing up with the increased prices, maybe UPS and FedEx might lower some of their prices for the smaller packages.
FedEx sounds like fat ass to me. I don't know why. Every time I hear fat, I'm thinking fat ass. Oh,
FedEx, honey.
Some fat ass ship my stuff out.
Oh my goodness. Hope you guys are doing all right. We are Comic Book Man. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, I forgot we never did the readings from the stuffy book.
You know what? That sat here for weeks, and I forgot to list that.
Oh man.
I have a draft saved for it.
Oh.
No, I didn't list it yet.
We need to quickly.
I don't think I did anyway.
I thought you did. You said.
Did I? I don't remember.
Return of the Menzies.
I have to. Oh, don't read from that, please.
The Return of the.
Don't just put that book down, please.
No. Oh my God! This is about child rearing.
Okay, that's great. That's not our podcast, though.
Chafing.
Please put the book down. Stop that. Roman also. Okay, I'm just seeing what these other comments are. Can you help me read comments here? Because you're closer to. Can you
read this?
Can you help me read the comments? You're closer to the screen.
Yeah. Increasing fees. Rainbow Fright. Love that name. Hey everyone. Comic Book Man. Hey, they're all saying hi to each other. But I hope you guys are doing all right. Yeah, we are Comic Man, and that's really all. There's no questions or anything.
UPS is absolute worst, says Albert.
Well, we ship about 99% of our stuff through the UPS, so.
USPS.
And not much fat ass, but no, we do. We do a lot of them.
FedEx, we
more FedEx
ship
than
more than UPS.
Yes.
Yeah, for some of the bulkier things, like if we're shipping like a typewriter or a boombox, some of those like bulky items, you get a lower rate with FedEx than you would with USPS. UPS, I don't send out many packages UPS. I think they're the highest priced of them all.
Yeah, they're not the best.
Unless there's something I'm missing there. But I think FedEx and USPS are the top two that we ship with.
The diaper.
And, okay.
Diapers.
Albert says, they've held so many of my packages for no reason. I've had to pick them up. Delivery service where you pick it up from them. Oh, UPS, he's saying. Yeah, and there's not many UPS locations. Like, I think there's only one or two around here. But with FedEx, I noticed there's more of them. Like, I see those delivery trucks out more.
Dressing the navel.
Okay, can you please not read from that book? It has some grotesque details.
There is nothing better for dressing the navel.
Please put that book down.
Than an absorbent antiseptic cotton.
Please stop that.
There needs to be no grease.
He's reading this outdated book that I...
Well, they had one thing about it. If a woman as she's nursing the baby, it says do not nurse the baby if you have your monthly.
Please,
because the milk
does not
have the nourishment that the baby needs, and it must immediately be.
This is an outdated antique book from from 1919, and it has stuff in there that is probably not true now. And he's going through and reading
I'm interested in everything. This I think is very.
Okay, we have a podcast to do.
I know, and I'm chiming in when I
You're
have to.
You're embarrassing me.
We're multitasking.
So you have a bag of goodies here. What did you get?
If I'm not being mean to you, I guess I'm embarrassing you. Do you want to go through stuff we sold already?
What did you get from the thrift store today?
What did I get?
Do you want to share?
What did I get?
There you go.
What did I get from the thrift store? Oh.
That'll get him to focus on something else.
You now. Okay. I had a really good time today.
Bojangler says I'm jotting all this down.
Yes, there's more to come. This book is nuts. We definitely need to do some readings from it.
Rog says Janet lists the book. I'll buy it and send snippets to James for him to read.
I would love it. We're gonna be reading this stuff for sure.
No. Oh geez.
Okay, so but in all seriousness, because this is a serious show. We went to Savers today, and Savers, thank God.
More like spenders.
Well, okay. I dropped like $95. Oh, no, actually with my senior discount, I'm 56 years old, number one.
You got the old man discount today.
And I get that 30% discount, that sweet 30% discount on Tuesday. So, hey, there's some benefits to this aging thing, okay? Okay, so it did save me. I mean, it was a $95 bill. They cut off that 30%, went down to like $75.
That's good.
Very good. So I got this remote control RC, whatever you call it, B88. What's his name again? BB-8. From the Star Wars thing.
Little robot guy.
They could sell for $19 on a good day. I think with Christmas coming up, it'll probably go for $19.
That's fun.
I paid $6 for it, less than $30. So there's that. This is something that you said you saw and didn't want to get because it didn't comp well, but it
did not. It's very cute though.
This is Sally, obviously from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I do have a Jack Skellington that would about the same size, a plush one that I can lot them together. Again, they only wanted $5 for her, less than $30. So again, I don't think it's bad, especially if I lot them up. Maybe I can get $20 for the pair. I don't know. And again, Halloween and Christmas coming up.
Christmas is coming. In 6 months.
The goose is getting fat. This is something you really can't. It's a Yamaha iPod holder. I still use iPods, by the way. I love
some people still use their old school iPods.
But I comped this. They wanted like $4.99 for it. But again, so it'd be $3.50 without the 30%. But when I looked this up, it's not just a connector. It's a special iPod dock for a Yamaha system.
Oh wow!
And these sell for $35 all day. Like that's the main comp, and the multiples were sold. This looks like it's almost brand new.
Yeah, it looks like it's in great shape.
Everything's rolled up. The cord looks like it's never been untied.
The original packaging's still there.
Yeah, so this was a good buy. This one should sell well. This I don't think anybody cares about. This one was weird. Okay, so this is a brand called Lacey, and it is a. They usually made like hard drives you store stuff on, external hard drives, but this is a DVD writer, and I couldn't find anything on it really. But some guy on eBay has this for $350. I don't know why.
Why $350?
Although I will say that when I would just Google, when I was looking at it in the store,
maybe it's like some rare thing.
Researching it in general, I couldn't find it. So there could be something to it. I mean, for $8, again, less that money. I'll give it a shot. This you said you didn't see this, right?
So the giant microbes, I had a giant microbe plushie.
Yeah.
And it was a plushie of a stem cell, and it still had the tag. I had that thing listed for like 5 years. It didn't sell.
Well, I'll tell you.
I even had it marked down to $5 on my Mercari store.
I
took it out of my store. I'm like, why am I still keeping this thing?
You had a boring stem cell. This is the blind date edition, and it's got kissing disease, pimple, cold sore, diarrhea, and bad breath. This is the blind date, and it's got, so these microbes represent all of those little things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And
so it's a collection of them.
Yeah, bad breath microbe, I guess diarrhea. Well, who's having diarrhea on a date from being nervous?
Maybe from being nervous,
or
maybe they ate
you're into that.
food that didn't agree with them on the date.
Yeah, had a diarrhea accident,
and they got the poops.
Maybe. Anyway, so but I knew when I saw comped on there it was like $30. So even if I got $20 out of it, this is only $3.49.
If you want to give it a try, but I think that fad might be over because I know those were a thing for a while.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had them. You know, it was like a funny like gimmick thing, kind of like the Beanie Babies.
And I found this. These sell all day long at a good price.
And there's some a back massager.
A back massager, yes, a heated one. Oh baby. Want to try it out?
No, I'm good. I don't know who touched that thing.
I smelled it.
Oh my God.
It's okay. But this one's good because it extends. Look, it can get bigger, get longer. So you can reach if you have trouble reaching.
That's what she said.
Wrong way. I wish I could do that. Wouldn't that be cool? There's like a button you go, oh, you need a little more? Yeah. Boom. Right? You gotta adjust it. Not that. Is that enough? That's. How great would that be?
Go gadget.
Go gadget vibrator.
Massager.
Back massager. I mean.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I thought people would like to get. You want to hold it?
No, I'm good.
Feels good.
No, I'm
Reach
good.
easy, extendable.
You might want to wash your hands after touching that.
You mean probably they got some of those microbes on it?
Yeah, it probably has those microbes on it.
Maybe I could just blot these up.
Put them together. Yeah. Free microbes with it.
Look, I know how to make a.
Oh my goodness!
I'm a fun guy, right?
Oh my gosh!
Uh-oh, it went back on. Holy moly!
It's got a mind of its own now. It's sentient.
Hit me!
AI.
Yeah. So these things. This was like I think $4 they wanted or $5 for it. This could be like $35.
Wow.
Used. Seasoned.
Time Lord Boy says I read a book set in New England in the Victorian era, and the gingerbread man in this.
Someone having an episode out there? What's going on?
Has a problematic name. Some type of outdated,
some dirty,
insensitive thing. Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. There's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of old books have that.
Yeah.
That was history.
Smells like fish. Well, it didn't.
Gosh.
People are saying it's priceless.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you tune in to be entertained. Hopefully, show me another podcast that does that.
Oh my goodness. And DB says you do not look 56.
Oh, thank you.
And Roman says, yes, that one is good. I sold it before. Oh, the speaker? I think he means the little speaker.
Who knows? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. The Yamaha? The iPod thing?
Good thing it's not from the bin, says Roman. The massager.
Those do pop up in the bin.
They do. Actually,
I sold one.
And I've seen people pull them out of there, like they look it up, like, oh, I could sell this. You know,
I sold one from a different one, that small one, an old one.
I don't want to mess.
It was
with
a really cool retro one.
There was one that when I had my brick and mortar shop, it was from the 1930s.
Oh, it was the one with the plasma thing, the plasma ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Oh, it was weird. It was supposed to be like some type of massager to help your muscles, and it was from the 1930s, and it had like the plasma thing in it.
So they were blown glass attachments.
They were, and it had glass
attachments.
It had glass attachments.
Attachments. God, it sounds terrible. Attachments that you would.
We definitely have Cleveland accents where sometimes
Northeast Ohio. Talk out of your nose.
Camera.
The camera had an attachment.
Anyway. Where's my Kodiak?
Hey, Stasha.
I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah, it's almost,
we definitely do talk like that.
It's almost Chicago-y, but it's
a lot of Chicago people talk like that too.
Nasal, like get that.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll hear that. You'll hear us talk like that.
Oh, but I said attachment. I don't talk like that. I don't know what that came from. Anyway, but that was pretty neat. And I remember we would plug it in with that old braided cord.
Yeah.
And you put it on your arm. It's just like ooh, it's a weird feeling.
Yeah, that was weird. That one.
A Violet Ray, it was called.
Yeah.
Violet Ray. Violet
With
Ray,
my accent,
Violet
it's even worse Cleveland accent, said Roman. Oh, Roman's got a cool accent.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. We can all laugh at each other's voices. We're good.
No, I like everyone's different.
I like that everybody's different.
It'd be boring if it wasn't.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's sold?
What's sold?
And what's for sale?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Did you put everything in the
stills?
Boop-a-doop. You must be first because those are mine.
That one. And okay, hold on.
Mike's on. Looks good. You just turn off the eyeball to.
How do I?
There you go, like that.
Oh, that's. Oops. Okay, I have them out of order. But okay, we'll talk about this one. So, yeah, this is Strawberry Shortcake, one of the little baby doll friends of Strawberry Shortcake. And she's really cute. I think I got her at an estate sale about a month ago. And she sold for $24.92, and then they used a 20% off coupon. So she sold for around $20. Because she's still in the box, like never opened, I thought she would have been worth more. But she wasn't, but that's okay. She was small, easy to ship. Got her on her way. She's getting a new home. So there's that one. And this one is a typewriter. I believe this was another yard sale. It was either an estate sale or a yard sale find. I don't remember which one's which. I think I paid between 10 and I think I paid between 10 and 15 for this beautiful creature, and it sold for $55. Came with the original manuals and the original case. I love typewriters if I can find them for the right price, which is usually between 10 and 20 bucks tops, because some of them are only worth like 40 to 60 bucks, but they're still fun for me to sell. I like them, and I like that some people still use them. You know, it's just typing on those keys is really neat.
You can turn the one on below it before you turn that one off, so it's not black. There you go.
And then here's another shot of that typewriter with the case there.
Turn one below and turn the one off.
Oh, oops. Okay. I'm doing the opposite by accident. This was really cool. I found this at a yard sale for $1. For $1. This is dated 1998. It's a Yokiro Taco Bell, the really cute Taco Bell dog.
Yokiro? Is that a Japanese game?
Yokiro?
Yokiro.
I'm probably...
Yokiro Taco Bell.
Yokiro Taco Bell. Yokiro... I can't. I'm so bad with rolling my R's. I can't roll my R's, guys. Anyway, it's the really cute Taco Bell dog. And I'm really grateful for that sale. It went for 20-something bucks. And then this one... Virtual Boy. So this is an item that was in my personal collection for years. Originally, I think I had this in my collection to possibly fix it up, get the other pieces and parts, or maybe I was keeping it for parts. I don't remember. But I decided to sell it, and it sold for $119. We agreed, someone was sending me offers and wanting to haggle. So I think I had it listed for $130, and I agreed to $119 plus shipping. It's just the head part of it, the face part.
Just the head, huh?
Where did it go? Where did it go?
The tip.
That's not it.
Is it the tip or the head?
There. Okay, there's the other side of it. So that's like the eyepiece, and then normally it would be on a stand. Virtual Boy was from like the 1990s, made by Nintendo. And it was their first attempt at doing like a 3D type of video game. And they're very valuable if you can find the Virtual Boy systems and the games. It's super rare.
Never heard of it.
Had it in my collection for years. I decided to part ways with it. Because why was I just letting it collect dust? So I thought, let someone else enjoy it. Okay, and so this is that book. I sold an antique book, and it's about, what's it say on there? Bruin? The Grand Bear?
Bruin, the Grand Bear Hunt.
So it's about bear hunting and being out in the wilderness. It's an antique adventure book that had some really nice illustrations.
Where'd you get that?
I think from an estate sale a long time ago. And it sat in my store for about a year, but it sold for $30-something. And here's the... So that's... You can see another picture of the book. It has a nice blue cover. Okay, so where are we now?
I don't know. You didn't label them, so you have to keep looking. Those are my
whoops.
things.
Okay. So I think we're...
Okay, and the next one. I can drive if you want.
There you go. I need to go check on something. You go share your thing.
All right, is that the first thing? Let's see. Okay, no, it's not. And I think that was her. Okay, so yeah. All right, so here are my sales. Some recent ones I had. Last podcast, I did show this item. It's a. It was a big 20 by 20 inch wall covering paper book. It was like about, I don't know, it had about 25 full sheets in it and a bunch of half sheets. People used it for, it was a sample book for different wallpapers from 1977. Pulled it out of the bins, paid $1 for it. I had it up for $200 or $175, and someone offered me $150, and I took it. So that went out the door probably about a week after I bought it. So that was a real good find at the Goodwill bins. I love that place. This is something I had sitting in my store for a while, but when I went back to check on why it wasn't selling, it was because it didn't have any shipping on it. It's a vintage Danger Mouse Danger Car with wings and exclusive figure, and it sold for $42. Hi-oh! That was a fun one. I knew that would go fast once I relisted it. These were another item I think I showed on our last podcast that I got at a barn sale. I got like 8 green hangers, these 4 orange ones, and I think 4 cream colored ones.
But, yeah, the barn sale.
But I had these up for like $200, I think, and somebody offered me $150, and of course, I took it. Not bad for $1 a piece.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was $4 turned into $150. Not too bad. I wish I could do that every day. This was a mug that I found at Savers a couple weeks ago, and it's a Wasily Kandinsky. Oh yeah, that artist that you look at the stuff, you're like, how is that worth $10 million? But the guy's prolific and a really good. I think it's Bauhaus is the kind of
the style,
the art style. Yeah, the Bauhaus movement. But anyway, that was like a few bucks, maybe $3 or $4 at Savers, and it sold for $35. Pretty cool. Love it. Next up, I have a Scene magazine. Now, we got these Scene magazines several years ago. They've been just sitting in a box in our house. I'm like, you know what? These are probably worth a couple of bucks because these were like free music-based magazines that were printed here in Cleveland. Do they still put the Scene out? They do.
They do, but it's only like 2 pages now.
And it's nothing like this.
It's mostly
more political now, and
it's mostly online
and arts, and
they still talk about arts and bands and music, but they throw in politics too.
But it was originally like a Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah, it used to be like a big, like it was a larger magazine, but that's when people read more print than.
Yeah.
You know, it was before the internet.
So I have a stack of these things, and they range between 1975 and 1977. It's just an amazing, cool thing that these things are valuable. I've already sold several of these, different, you know, and none of the, I don't even know where else you can find a copy of these.
Well, those local free publications, most people would throw them away after a while. Yeah, they were free. Like, I know I did.
Or line their bird cages with
when
them.
I was a teenager, I would look up the bands and look up articles in the Scene and read the comic strips in there. But after a while, I would throw them away. I didn't think to save them.
Yeah, these things are good.
I wish I saved them.
Yeah, well, somebody did, and they just gave them to us years ago. And I started going through them. I've got one up there with Kiss in it, and I've sold an Alice Cooper one. I've sold some weird ones that I don't even know who half the people are, but they all feature musicians. And I've got more to list, but I've got several in my store. But this one sold the other day for $60. Not too bad for a magazine from 1976 that I didn't pay anything for. Nobody did it except for the person that bought it. Next up, a pair of vintage Olsen speakers. They're a bookshelf like intercom. They almost look like speakers that were like in a classroom or something like that.
They do. They kind of remind me of like a classroom speaker. Yeah. Like, attention, fish sticks for lunch today.
Right. Olsen is a pretty desirable brand, and even though these are old, I mean, I'm thinking they may have been from the late 40s or early 50s, but there's no date inside. But I had them up for $100, and I took someone sent me an offer for $81, and I took it. I took the $81. I paid $10 for these.
Yeah, that was at a flea market.
Flea market this summer. So I bought them, and they sold relatively quick.
That's good.
Maybe a couple more here. What else I got? Is that it? What happened? Oh, that's it. Wait a minute. What's going on? Oh, hold on. I thought
it's all the numbered ones.
What did you do to me?
No, scroll up. You have to scroll up.
I think I'm up here. Okay, one more. I actually named these things. I thought. Oh,
there you go. There's your last one.
This was from an estate sale.
And then let's go back to comments.
Yeah. Is you sure it's the last one? There's something else here.
Okay.
This is from an estate sale. I paid up for this one. I paid $40 for it, but I looked it up and beforehand, and it looked like it could have went for more than this, but. I originally listed it for like $1,500 because I couldn't find anything on it. I think it's a Yamaha brand, but maybe something they put out that wasn't fully theirs because it's YA. It was made in Japan. I think that could be like Yamaha, but maybe it wasn't like a full Yamaha product. But who knows? Anyway, it's a stereo amplifier and a tube, and it's tube. But I had it for $1,500. Some guy wrote me, "Are you kidding me about that price?" I'm like, "Well, dude, I don't want to list it for $100 and it goes in a second."
Yeah, you don't want to underprice
right,
it.
Because I couldn't find anything on it.
So you thought aim high at first.
Yeah, so I think I listed it for $200. Someone offered me $150, so I took the $150.
It was yeah, that's good. It sold pretty quick.
Yep, and I think that's it. It is it. So let's go back to us.
And we're back.
Hey.
And Louie's here on the chair.
So Louie's butt is there for you to
There's
enjoy.
Louie's butt, everybody.
So yeah, if we could do those kind of sales like every day, and some people do. Some people can, definitely are in that sort of a groove. That might be more the exception to the rule, but then again, I haven't like put my all into this yet. I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah.
I've not done any art related work since I got let go. Since my position was eliminated because of restructuring, but that's okay.
He's purring.
It's a cat. Now, if that was a shoe and it was purring, that would be weird.
That would be weird, right?
And interesting, but it's a cat, so it doesn't really surprise me.
Oh, he's so cute. Mwah.
But anyway, so I'm really trying to give this thing a go. I want this to be, because I love going out and hunting for stuff, and I've got a ton of stuff already squirreled away here, as you well know.
Oh yeah. You've got the flea market in here.
We probably have enough to pay this house off just sitting around. I think we do.
I hope we do. That would be awesome.
I think we do. It's just a matter of getting it online.
Well, processing it. I mean, a good chunk of it could just be junk to donate back.
And we'll find out through the process, but I have to. I just
He's
can't
being
blindly
optimistic.
do it. Yeah, well, I have to be.
Gotta be, right?
Anywho.
Okay, so let's go through comments. There's a crap ton of comments here, guys.
A little bit if you want, because I was just yapping. We both were.
Yeah. So okay, read some comments.
I was born in the city of Chicago, actually in the city. Oh, there's just again some inner chat discussions. Any questions?
Scene is given out nowadays during Browns games for fans to behave.
And read while the Browns lose.
And read when they lose.
Yeah, while they lose. They had a good one, Roman.
Yeah, the Scene magazines are so thin now. They're only like 5 pages.
Yeah.
So, like, for real.
Yeah, it's
the
really...
last one we picked up at, one of the grocery stores, I think it was like 7 pages total.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like so thin. And it used to be like a big magazine. It used to be like a big deal.
It was a thing. Yeah. It was for the classifieds were really good. For like the personals, a lot of local guys would look, and people in general would look to start bands.
Yeah.
When the band scene was real big in Cleveland. And then the personals were great because they had all of the sexual orientations in there. It was those were just so much fun to read.
Especially when you're like, whoa, like they had one, where people were asking for advice.
There's a column too that was really raunchy. It was really, I mean, they didn't edit anything.
It was uncensored.
Out.
Yeah.
I forget the guy's name. If somebody remembers that column, everything you can imagine.
Yeah.
From mild to wild was asked, and this guy, and he would answer.
Scott says, remember when it used to be the only place you could find tubes for TVs was import them from Russia? Oh.
Really?
Do they still make those?
No, you can still buy tubes, yeah.
Yeah, I think you could still buy them, but I don't know if anyone's making them anymore.
Yeah, that one estate sale we went to, that guy just took every tube he could find.
They're like a pamphlet now, says Bone Jangler. Yeah, like if you do find a local publication,
I bring them home every time.
Like any local paper. Yeah, you bring them home, but
from that place we get food, sometimes I always have them, that bar. So I grab it. And it's just like
there's like I think still maybe 3 or 4 local publications. Around here, but every town's different, but they're very small now, like, because everything's online. The printing papers isn't what it used to be. Okay, any more comments here?
Good to, Thor's watching. Cool.
Hi, Thor.
The Avengers. He never heard that before. Hi, Janet and James. Good to catch y'all's live. Hope everything is going well. Sending positive vibes to all. Thank you. Yeah, everything's good.
Thank you, Thor.
We just gave an update on my mom and how she's doing, pretty much.
In the beginning of the podcast,
show, so you can go back and watch that.
There's an explanation of everything. Yeah.
But everything is as good as it can be right now. So. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had Radio Shack renting space at local music store, but I just saw they both shut down. Yeah.
Radio Shack, wow.
Record stores like Camelot carried Scene. Everybody, I mean, you can get Scene at a pizza shop. I mean, they even had the Scene boxes.
Used to be everywhere.
The paper boxes, you can grab a Scene out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would read it all the time. I love Scene magazine, and like I said, I just put up one from 1985. I just found, I don't know where that came from, because all the stuff I have is from the 70s, but I found with a Goonies movie article written in there. And I put it up last night, and it's already got like a few watchers and a bunch of views. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I have it up for like $50 in my store.
So, okay, we've been talking about the reselling part of things, the eBay and thrifting and all that.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears and talk about Mummy and the Monkey, and then we'll have to sign off in a little bit. And we're going to try to host a movie this Friday.
Yes.
The movie Shock with Vincent Price.
Shock.
We wanted to show that last week, and then things happened. So we're going to host that movie this Friday. And is this Friday 4th of July?
It is.
Wow.
So you think anybody will watch? Or are they going to be out watching stuff explode in the sky?
They'll probably be watching stuff explode in the sky.
That's okay. We
but
don't
we
like
could
that.
still host a show, and then people could watch it later.
Mm-hmm. I used to like going down to Shooters in the flats during 4th of July. Oh, it was the best.
So for people who don't want to go out and see fireworks, or they don't want to hang around people setting off explosives, then you can stay in and not get bit by mosquitoes and watch The Mummy and the Monkey.
Yeah, and again, like everything else, it's all archived, but that's going to be a fun show. We got, I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff going on. So that Friday, July 4th, we'll have the Bargain Barons send us a package.
Oh yeah, so we have fan mail we're going to open this Friday also. So
a new movie you haven't seen on here
a movie
before.
that we've never hosted
with
before.
Vincent Price.
With Vincent Price.
Nice.
And he is such an evil guy in this movie. Such an evil guy.
It's weird, but he's not. You'll see. I think you don't remember it that well.
I do, and he's
not though. It's all heat of the moment type stuff.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll let you guys be the judge.
He's
but
just
he's pretty bad in this movie. I think
he doesn't.
But he's that's in a lot of movies he starred in. He always played the bad guy most of the time,
or something like he was some nefarious type of
someone
thing.
up to no good. Yeah.
But you don't really look at him as a bad guy. That's a weird thing about Vincent Price. He's not evil. He's nefarious. It's different, I guess.
Time Lord Boy says, "Oh, forgot July 4th for you guys." Yeah, we forgot too. Honestly, this it seems like the summer is going by really fast. Like June just went by way too fast. I was hoping we could have a few more weeks of June, and now it's July 1st already.
Oh shoot! I should grab something real quick if I can find it all.
It seems like if you live in a cold weather area,
enjoy my
the summer months go by too fast. And we've only had like a few days where it was really hot, but most of the time it's okay. Like we had a couple days where it was like 100 degrees. That's way too hot. I prefer like just 70 degrees year round. What's the movie Friday? I'm old and forgot. The movie is Shock. The movie this Friday will be Shock by Vincent Price, or starring Vincent Price. June seemed like 12 days, says Bone Jangler. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. And in the month of May, it was cold and rainy, like unseasonably cold, and it felt like 3 months. But then June happens, and then we get summer weather, and just like that, it's July. Like, what the heck? Do other countries have July 4th, says Scott. They do in their own way. I think he's just being funny, joking around.
Sorry about that.
The blizzards will be back in the blink of an eye.
Draw my butt.
Definitely.
Nice legs, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I'm talking about mine. See?
Oh, yours. No. Yes, they are. Well,
yours are not too bad either.
Yeah, they're okay. I have some mosquito bites that don't. Luckily, they don't show up on camera.
Wow.
Canada has some special day today. Oh, is it Canada Day today? It might be. So, yeah, happy Canada Day to our Canadian friends.
Oh.
And what do you have there?
So, the movie Jaws. I mean, people were watching it when I think it because it was released or something. People were watching Jaws a couple weeks ago. But it takes place on the 4th of July, right?
Mm-hmm.
The movie Jaws. I think we watched it last year. So instead of watching it again this year, I found 3 other shark movies. And one of them has a little bit of a meaning to it because it was made by a filmmaker who is no longer with us anymore. Right?
Bathtub Shark Attack?
Yeah. 3 of them. 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 3
That's a good movie. Well, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like it's going to be a good movie.
It's got reviews on the back. Yeah, so we have
it has good reviews.
Bathtub Shark Attack. This is a Gross Fest limited edition, and here's one of the reviews from Matt Skinner. Lots of laughs, lots of gore, and what the WTAF ending Yins will be thinking about for days.
Wow.
Yins. So this is a Pittsburgh review on this one.
A Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Maybe it was filmed there.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. Madeline Deering did this one. And we have also Ouija Shark.
Ouija Shark?
Yep, this is the film fest we're going to have this weekend.
So shark-related
just so
movies.
Because anyone could watch Jaws. So we're going to watch Ouija Shark, and then we're going to watch Danny Trejo and Rob Van Dam. RVD.
So we're going to watch these this weekend?
Guy. Yeah.
Or this week?
Three-headed shark attack.
Did I sell something?
Well, why are you stepping on my shark thing?
I'm sorry.
Did you sell something?
I sold a thing.
What'd you sell?
I sold that. So the last podcast we did, I showed off like an owl. It was a wooden owl art thing.
Oh, you sold that
I
thing?
sold the owl art thing.
How much?
$35.93.
Get out of here! That thing, I thought it would sit forever. See, I don't understand. So people still are shopping for weird stuff even in the heat.
Did they use a coupon? No, they didn't use a coupon. Well, no, I sent them a 10% offer, so they got it with a little bit of a discount. That's okay. So $35 plus shipping.
I can't wait. So yeah, Bathtub Shark Attack, Ouija Shark, and then the third movie, since it's a three-headed shark, that has to be the third one, starring Danny Trejo. Machete. So this will be fun. I think this is gonna be fun to
that'll be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we'll also be watching the Monster Channel this weekend.
Oh, for sure. Now
we watch that every weekend.
But I'm going to get to that now. So, I watch the Monster Channel all the time, but specifically Saturday nights is a big night for us. That's our night that we can just not do anything, sit down around,
just relax on the couch.
We kick it off with they do the Saturday morning serials, which is like 5 hours of cartoons, hosted by Captain Cartoon, which is freaking amazing. This guy pulls crazy 80s and early 90s cartoons that you haven't seen forever.
He has a YouTube channel, but he also has his show running on the Monster Channel Saturday mornings. Yeah. And I think it's fun because he's hosting it in a bathrobe. Yeah. Like he's in his pajamas.
He looks like a guy that would be a Cinema Wasteland. He's got the beard.
He's got the beard, kind of,
But he's knowledgeable about all the 80s toys and cartoons. And so we like watching that in the morning. And then we come back around to, we have to do
later in
the
late afternoon.
We catch Penny Dreadful, and then after that they'll have like a Saturday afternoon movie, just not hosted by anybody. And then 5 o'clock is the big karate movie, Kung Fu Theater.
I love the Kung Fu martial arts movies.
And then he goes right into the daytime dungeon. It's a Bone Jangler Master Greg joint. And then after that is, of course, the Bone Jangler.
Yeah, and the Bone Jangler, awesome.
And it goes on. Well, this Saturday night, after all that good stuff, at 10 p.m., guess who's on after the Bone Jangler?
Who?
The Mummy and the Monkey's Harry Scary Hangout.
Oh, those bums?
Yeah, those bums. So what I did, we've been in talks to come back because we used to be on that channel years ago.
Yeah, when we first started as Mummy and Monkey, we were on the Monster Channel.
But it was like a different version of it was the...
Or scripted stuff that was straight
DVD.
To video or straight to public access channels, whoever would play it.
So, yeah, and so fast forward to like late last year, there was some interest in putting our show back on, even though we do this live version of it, okay? That's our show is different now. And so I was trying to figure out how to make that work. What I did was I went back and I just repurposed one of our episodes. I edited all the hosted segments so that there's no,
So it'll be more like just watching a regular TV channel rather than watching a YouTube live feed. So you cut out the...
I cut out all the
prize stuff.
The prize giveaway stuff. I think any interactions, if we did anything with the audience, like talking or even reading some of the comments, because it wouldn't make any sense really,
Yeah.
To watch something that's not live, but it's being reacted like it's live. I did all the shout out stuff that we do, the kitty, mini monsters, all that stuff, because again, it doesn't make any sense.
It wouldn't. Yeah.
So I added background music. And some sound effects to our hosted segments.
Some fans have been saying that we should have background music.
I got to figure out how to do that
smoothly. So we have
smoothly.
to figure that out, and background music that we would not
Well, I can make music.
Music that maybe you make.
I'll make it, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe an indie friend would make or something.
That would be really cool.
That would be like okay to play on YouTube.
But I could probably wrangle some stuff together and make it work. But yeah, we tried to do that. We had some background music here and there, but it's just a lot to juggle. So speaking
of background music, there's lots of comments here.
Okay, I'll finish my...
Let's read that and then we'll finish...
I was going to say something about Saturday.
Oh, okay, finish up and then...
All I was going to say is, so we figured out something with the Monster Channel, and we're going to do one show a month. I'll edit together something. Who knows? We might even throw something together totally different one night. I don't know. As long as it fits in our schedule, our life schedule.
Yeah, we'll see.
But repurposing it is definitely an easy thing to do. But at some point
it takes a little bit of time still to do the editing.
I could do one in an evening, no problem. But I would like to do something that no one's seen before. That's once in a while too.
Sure. The Dead Skeleton Show. Oh, they have an awesome YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
How do you clear the movie rights for your shows? Are they all public domain? How do you do that? Most movies are public domain that we show.
We have a vetting process.
We try to do our due diligence with research to make sure. We aren't experts, but we try our best to follow rules and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and then
this is something you can message him too, like
and we do sometimes partner with indie filmmakers, and if they give us the easiest is if you can contact the filmmaker directly and just say, hey, we love your movie. Would you be okay if we hosted it? Could we work something out?
Yeah, and
there's other horror hosts where I think some of them are affiliated with a station, or they pay like some type of fee.
Sure.
They work out some kind of deal. Every setup is different.
And we have a couple layers that we use to vet the film. And when the combination of that lines up, we go ahead, we go for it. But like I said before, obviously, we wouldn't try Star Wars. Even let's say you upload
Obviously, we're not going to.
It's stuff that is definitely in the public domain, or there's been issues where sometimes
there's some movies where I'm like, well, maybe we could show this, and I put it into YouTube, and it came out okay, like no dings on it. But then when I research a little bit further, I'm like, oh. No, we probably shouldn't.
And even though it was okay on YouTube after we vetted it through by uploading it to YouTube,
because then we find out maybe a company released it on Blu-ray recently, where it's they got the rights to it, and it's okay, we can't.
Yeah, so it's a bit tricky, but
we try, and obviously if someone was like, hey, that's my movie, take it down, we would take the show down.
Yeah. But
we would behave.
It's a lot more work than if we could somehow afford or figure out how to even... that's the problem we have, is I don't even know how to buy digital rights to something. I don't
that's a whole nother thing, and we're not going to get into that right now. Yeah. It's too involved.
Right.
There's a ton more comments. Why don't you read them?
Polkas.
It's hard for me to see from this far away.
Yeah, I think we want to limit the polka music. Maybe one segment we would use it if we did background. But
so obscure polka music is fun.
Yeah, but they're saying for the show, in the background.
Oh, maybe a little bit here and there.
Maybe for one segment we might when we come back from a Stott show, and maybe that set. But I wouldn't want polka music through the whole show.
Not throughout the whole thing. Yeah. It'd be fun if we could.
I love the polka.
What about if you could make some rockabilly tunes or?
I could.
Something fun on your guitar.
There's a lot of AI. I think there's a way.
No AI.
Well, it's easy.
No AI. No, thank you.
Time Lord me. I saw it pop up on Classic Cartoon Channel. What? There must something that they referenced a movie. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. They're having a conversation.
Comics. Those were great. Yeah. If I have some more time, I've definitely got a ton of ideas for more episodes of different characters, and this is just a way for me to use some of the characters I've come up with over the years. Mm-hmm. I've always wanted to do comic books, so this is the closest I've gotten was the Creechy comics. I've done comic book stuff, but I would like to. The next comic book, if I work on one, will be a Mummy the Monkey one. So,
yay, that'd be cool. Yeah, there's so many projects we've been wanting to work on over the years, and we have these ideas, and sometimes the ideas don't materialize. So. We're hoping some of our ideas will in the future. We have some things that we're working on in the background, and we just haven't. Mummy's the word for now.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but
we're hoping to do some more collabs and stuff, but
we're open for stuff.
Yeah, things are kind of up in the air right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, no sense talking about it if it's not happening yet. But yeah, we're going to try to do more shows for you guys, more videos. There was a haul video we recorded on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
I just need to piece everything together to put it onto YouTube. If you guys like seeing more of the, like what we find, the haul videos, the flea market videos, that type of thing. Thrifting videos.
So I think that's pretty much it, right? I mean, what time we got?
I think that's it.
Oh, boy, went over a little bit.
We went over the...
That's fine.
Yeah, but that's okay because we haven't been on YouTube for a few weeks.
I know. I could sit here all day. There's probably a lot of stuff I could think of. Oh.
Your early shows were pretty cool, says Joseph. Thank you, Joseph.
They were different, yeah.
Yeah, it was more editing and more... they were scripted, you know. So word for word, we were, you know... And we made all the props for them and everything.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was just very time consuming.
And sometimes it would take us a long time to get it... to get those shows edited, sometimes a month or two. And we didn't really set a schedule for ourselves because we were working full-time jobs and just trying to piece things together in between. It was a creative outlet then, and it's still a creative outlet now, where, you know, it's like a passion project. You know, we're just trying to do what we can when we can.
Absolutely.
With the Mummy and the Monkey.
We do.
Uh-oh.
What?
He's got that book again. Oh, no.
A dark brown areola or mark.
Oh, my goodness.
This is more about pregnancy.
Oh, jeez.
Symptoms of pregnancy. Symptoms.
Oh, no.
Lord.
Don't get into that.
Eruptions on the skin. I'm trying to see if...
Oh, there's a section about acne?
Uh-oh. There's all kinds of stuff.
Oh, no.
The mysteries of the formation of life.
If you guys missed it, this is an old book from 1919 about health things, and it's a really outdated guidebook that no one should take seriously because a lot of this stuff probably isn't even true.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
The time between the deposit of the sea.
Okay, don't read that.
This is an interesting chapter. I'd like to read it because it's the mysteries of the formation of life. It's like what science thinks they know about
Here,
how...
let me read something.
No, you're taking my idea.
Well, there were some that weren't as graphic.
Okay.
About dating and stuff like that. Okay. You know, it was really timid.
It's just going onto the...
Really,
onto the baby-making chapter.
Oh,
it is,
boy.
but that's what's great about it. I mean, because you see how different things, and some things haven't changed. What year is that from? 18 what?
1919.
Oh, jeez.
Do not marry suddenly. It can always be done till it is done, if it is a proper thing to do. Marry in your own grade in society.
Oh.
It is painful to be always apologizing for anyone. It is more painful to be apologized for. Do not marry downward. Wow. So they're like, so if you're from high society, you can't marry like the farmer guy down the road.
An urchin.
Yeah.
A street urchin.
Do not sell yourself. It matters not whether the price be money or position.
Well, they just mean don't, yeah.
Seek the advice of your parents.
Boy, yeah, I mean, see, you're in all the boring stuff.
This is kind of tame here.
Give me that back.
Women who make the best wives.
Uh-oh. Didn't I read that?
Brainy enough. What kind of women make the best wives? The woman who is brainy enough to be a companion, wise enough to be a counselor, skilled enough in the domestic virtues to be a good housekeeper.
You're not reading it with the stuff.
And loving enough to guide in true paths the children with whom the home may be blessed. Oh, boy.
But that's not good. Give me You're too safe. You gotta find something.
I don't want to read
weird.
anything too graphic.
Well, how to apply and use hot water in all diseases.
Oh boy.
The hot water throat bag. The hot water throat bag is made from a fine white rubber, fastened to the head by a rubber band. See illustration. This is just how to use a
Don't
hot
try this
water
at
bottle.
home, kids.
I'm just trying to. That's not even that good. Apoplexy, bad breath, and quinsy. How to cure.
Dead Skeleton Show says, good to know. I've tried a few on YouTube that I thought were public domain and then they get a ding. Yeah, so there's some, so like, I think it was Giant Leeches. Giant Leeches is a public domain movie. Was it Giant Leech? Oh, no, it might have been Killer Shrews. Yeah, I think it was the Killer Shrews, where there's another YouTube channel that claims they own the Killer Shrews.
Mm-hmm.
So we've only hosted it once because it had like a copyright ding after that. But, you know, we just went along with it. We're just like, okay. And I think we just never hosted it after that because I didn't want to deal with it.
Apoplexy. Apoplexy occurs only in the corpulent or obese and those of gross or high living. Treatment. Raise the head to nearly upright position, loosen all tight clothes, strings, etc., and apply cold water to the head and warm water and warm clothes to the feet. Have the apartment cool and well ventilated. Oh, they just assume you live in an apartment.
Wow.
Give nothing by the mouth until breathing is relieved, and then only the draughts of cold water. Bad breath. How to cure it. Bad or foul breath will be removed by taking a teaspoonful of the following mixture after each meal. 1 ounce of chloride of soda, 1 ounce liquor of potassa, and 1/2 ounces of phosphate of soda, and 3 ounces of water. Oh, it sounds like acid. Like, what the hell is that?
I don't think they had toothpaste back then.
That was for bad breath.
Wow. Or just brush your teeth. Hopefully they had toothpaste. If not, they could use baking soda.
Cure for warts. This is all the cures and stuff.
Okay, Dead Skeleton Show. Good to know. I've seen. Okay, no, I already read that one. Which version of Killer Shrew, says WikiBobby? You know, the old timey version.
The only one, right?
The black. Is there only one? I think it's the black and white version. I think there's only one version of the Killer Shrews.
There's another version?
I didn't know there was a new version.
Bites of mad dogs. Wow. Treatment for heartburn. Oh. Bilelessness. Ugh. They had some weird things going on back then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find anything. Menstruation. That's a lot on that.
Oh boy.
The passages of diseases of women. Ooh.
Oh no! Don't read that.
Leukorrhea or whites. Home treatment. This disorder, if not arising from some abnormal condition of the pelvic organs, can easily be cured by patient taking the proper amount of exercise and good nutritious food, avoiding tea and coffee. An injection of every evening of 1 teaspoon of Pond's extract and a cup of water. Pond's? You mean like that?
Like the cold cream?
The cold cream and a cup of hot water.
Don't do that.
Cleansing the vajayjay well with a quart of warm water. Okay. Simple but effective. Right.
On that note,
you put that in there.
Let's end this podcast. I need to get this book away from him.
All right.
And thank you guys for joining us on another edition of Living the Scream. And we will have a show this Friday.
It's adjustable.
Oh my gosh.
We'll see you later.
This is so cringy.
Vibe for now.
Oh boy. All right, bye guys. Thank you. Mwah.